I've been in the industry for 20 years, and I was a dispatcher myself, right? While growing a previous freight broker, and in that time, it was very painful to find those trucks and then negotiate with them. There's a lot of mistrust. They think you're, as a broker, you were taking part of their income. They don't really see the value as a broker that we were providing. So we don't know each other. Every three transactions, we interacting with a new trucking company, don't know you or trust you. And then after 3 hours finding them, negotiating on the phone, signing documents, you end up with a little piece of paper that is the rate confirmation sheet, as we call it. Very difficult to enforce. If you think about a typical transaction being on average $1,200, you're not taking anybody to court if that doesn't materialize, right? If there's something wrong, if he delivers late, for instance. And it's the same for the trucking company. The trucking company is looking at the broker and what if he doesn't pay me, or what are my options? And it's a very difficult to enforce agreement. And that was the first light bulb in regards to decentralization. At the time, I was already exposed to Bitcoin and from Bitcoin into smart contracts. And when looking at this, that's when the first light bulb went up, right? Okay, now we have smart contracts, so we can get two parties, as long as we have a blockchain-based reputation system, two parties to interact with each other without knowing and trusting each other, be as smart contracts. And if the terms of the agreements are met, the execution of the payment will flow, and we'll be recording reputation as we go. So that was the first idea. So I've been in, like you said, logistic endeavors for the most part, working the last 20 years as a freight broker and also as a freight forwarder at some point. So I guess it's coming out of the pains, right? So solving a pain that I was already living through. And then I joined Beta early with that's where I met Rajat, the Blockchain in Transportation Alliance, for the ones that are not familiar with that. To my surprise, all the CTOs and CIOs, they were not really talking about, they were thinking about building their own blockchains, which made no sense to me. So it was very evident that they were not familiar with this technology. The only one was Rajat. So I grabbed him by the arm, we started engaging and discussing these things. So if you think about smart contract being an agreement between two parties, then we can also use this technology to set an agreement between networks, not necessarily individuals. At the very small scale, you have the truck and the shipper or the broker. But at large scale, you have networks, right? It could be marketplaces, load boards, all these actors that using the same technology, they can start interacting together.